Well, I got back on just so I could complain. I want to talk about the state of our education in this country. People know it sucks. And I thought I was done. I could get back on here and not cough my damn head off. I was wrong. Maybe I need something a little stiffer. Yeah, probably do. Anyhow, what I was going to say is schools. I don't know what it's like in your areas and stuff, but it seems to me like over the last X amount of years here, the last, probably 10 years, maybe a little longer, they've been spending money on building these schools. And I mean, when you drive by these schools, you're like, holy crap, man. I mean, it looks like an office complex or some kind of mall or something. I mean, they're the fanciest damn things you ever seen. And what gets me is these people that build these things. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's cheap. So you got all this stuff. These people, I tell you. There we go. Had to. Don't want to talk to them anyways. We'll call them back later, maybe. Anyhow, what gets me is these people. They build these schools, and they're fancy, and it's like that's really going to help the children learn, right? I mean, our education has been doing this, boom, 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 till it's not even on the chart anymore. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Kids are just, I mean, hell, in one room schoolhouse when they had, like, I don't know, kindergarten to high school and one teacher, the kids came out and they could add, subtract, and speak and write and all that stuff. They came out with a better education than they're probably getting today. And for some reason, these mega schools are going to produce smarter children. And the taxpayer gets lied to. Of course, when they start adding in all the other stuff that they didn't add in at the first, because, you know, anybody in construction knows, well, this was what, well, you know, cost overrun, you know, and force accounts and all the other BS that gets involved in there. Well, you know, gonna be a little bit more than we thought. So, and you're paying on all this. You're paying on the interest in school ain't even built. But they don't care. It's your tax dollars. They don't care. And one thing that always gets me on this, too, is this. They allow renters. Kids go to the school, and they rent, and they can go in and vote. Well, that's okay because the landlord just raised their rent because the landlords, you know, went up. Okay. Sounds good, doesn't it? Well, the renter looks at that and goes, oh, I'm not paying that, and they move out of the whole school district somewhere else. So you're still stuck with it. All the BS, you gotta get it. It's just a bunch of BS. I mean, you could take these kids and put them in a damn barn, and they'd learn. Probably learn better. You take them outside, they could learn better. I mean, come on. I'm not saying all these schools shouldn't be rebuilt or something, but we have a lot of empty buildings around too that could be rent. Oh, it costs too much. Well, that's because it's not a nice enough teacher's lounge or whatever they want to call it. Because we have to build a parking lot so the teachers can park right there and walk into the building or a overhang so they don't get wet or snow on their feet or something. You know, we got to do that. So, you know. And we got to build these schools more secure because, well, we've by design created a bunch of little sociopaths that want to kill each other. So what? Oh, that's right. We got to put detectors in and cameras everywhere and blah 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 because we've created a bunch of sociopaths. We didn't have that years ago, but we got it today. We got a bunch of psychos running around today. But we got to build new schools and better schools and blah 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 for all this stuff. I'm like, okay, sounds about right. So, bunch of crazies is what we got running around. And of course, you got to have a superintendent, and you got to have a principal. Even in these piss-ass little rural schools, you got a principal for a school because it's one. A superintendent for a school, it's one. It's like, what? Really? What a racket. And each one of these guys is making well over $100,000 a year, and plus they get benefits, and you got all the school teachers and all these and this, and you know what, people? Once they retire, you're still paying for them. And then you got to bring somebody in to take their place. You got to start paying on them. So it just doubled what the hell you're paying. The debt just keeps booming. And then they wonder why they can't pay for anything. And they wonder why people get pissed because it's like, well, we need more money. It's like, well, that's not my fault. You mismanaged everything. But you're going to point at me and go, oh, well, we need more money from you. We're going to change your tax rate. And we're going to change all these bullshit little, I can't even remember what the hell it's called now. You know what I'm talking about, rates and they call it all kinds of stuff because they're shysters. But that's going to make the kids smarter, see? All they're doing is ripping you off, giving these kids some substandard Satanist education that doesn't do them any good at all. They're not even good enough to be workers. You're going to have AI doing all that stuff. I mean, you don't even need these kids. So, let's build these big, huge institutions and monuments to ourselves, and so we can rake the money in and stuff it in our pockets till they burst at the seams. And well, you can sit here and you can pay for all this. Oh, well, taxes. It's taxes. You got to pay your taxes. Got to pay them. By God, you don't pay your taxes. By God, we'll sell it. We'll sell your tax and the lien and come get your house. We're going to do all these bad things to you because we mismanaged everything for you because we screwed you. You didn't ask. Oh, well, we asked, but we lied to you. Oh, and then you always got these fools out there that, oh, I'm going to vote for this. I'm going to vote for it. Oh, it's for the children. All right. You can write as big a check as you want to that school district to pay for that school. You could write the biggest check you want. You can take all your retirement, everything you ever worked for your entire life, sell your house, the whole 9 yards, and donate it all to that school. They'll be more than glad to take it. And you could sit there and say, boy, I did all this for the children. As you're sitting on the street getting rained on and shivering and hungry, but they don't care about that. You donated all this to the school, and that was, boy, mighty white of you. I'll tell you, unbelievable. Everybody should be pissed about that. Bunch of idiots. Not them. The taxpayer. Oh, my God, we got to have better. It's for the children. For the children. It's all for the children. But we don't mind killing millions of them in abortions. That's okay. And we'll even pay for that. Oh, hell yeah. We'll pay for it. Oh, you want to come across the border and have a sex change? Ah, we'll pay for that too. Hell yeah. Come on over. What do you want to be today? Oh, you kids paid for dorms for college and such? Oh, well, we're going to move you over here, but we're going to move these illegals into your dorms. That sounds pretty fair. Yeah. Pretty fair to me. Oh, you got an extra room in your house? You want to put up some of these illegals in your house? Well, first of all, there's federal code against that. There's federal codes against that. That's breaking the law. Okay? That's breaking the law, people. The government is telling you to break the law. You're not supposed to harbor illegals. You're not supposed to do all that stuff, but they tell you want you to do it. It sounds like a ruse to me. Oh, I was harboring you. You wanted me to. Yeah, but we're still sending you to prison. And we're still going to sue you. And we're going to take everything you got because you were harboring what you said. Well, it doesn't matter what we said. We're liars. Yeah, we're lying to you. Imagine that. Imagine that. We're liars. And tricksters and deceivers. Yeah. Like I say, man, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, that's what they want you to believe. It's just still paved to hell. It's all with all bad intentions, and they know it. So, I figured I'd get on here and throw that out there because I hear about this stuff. I look at this stuff, and it's all bad. There's no good coming from it. You know, none. Oh yeah, you can walk into school and you're like, wow, this is really nice. But is it necessary? That's the other. Is it necessary? Somebody's making a lot of money off you. That's going to be in your tax dole for a long time. Awful interesting, isn't it? You know, what would they do if you were some old person? And you're just like, man, I'd be lucky if I got another 2-3 years left in me. All of a sudden, they just say, you know, I don't feel like paying them. And you don't. And you sell your house or give it to the kid or somebody. And by the time everybody catches up and this and that, the house is sold a couple times to somebody else, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to collect on this and they're trying to collect on that. It's like, yeah, it kind of didn't work out for you too well, did it? Oh, but you can't do that because we're the government. But we can do it to you. But you can't do it to us. Yeah. And then they forget the supremacy clause of the... Oh, that's right. That means the Constitution rules. Constitution is first and foremost it. If it conflicts with the Constitution, it's no law at all. Not an ordinance, not a statute. I mean, we're talking law. And everything below that's nothing. So everything else is a bunch of BS. But that doesn't matter to you, does it? No, let them trample you. Let them downtrodden you. Yeah. Why don't you just give them everything you got? They're going to get it anyways. Just why fight us? Just give us everything you got because we're going to get it anyways. One way or another, we're going to get it from you. So don't fight us. Just give it to us. That's a good little sheep. Yeah, that's a good little minion. Yeah. Don't you feel good about yourself? Yeah. I'll quit while I'm ahead here. It's just going to get worse, folks, so I just better stop. Y'all take care. You know, pray for these heathenistic pieces of filth, okay? I know I shouldn't talk like that, but I do. I know there's a lot of people that don't like that, and they're going, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. They like to do that too. And that's fine. But I think it's funny. It's not funny they're screwing you, but it's just funny. Hey, denounce your citizenship, sneak across the border. When you come across, you identify as an illegal Honduras, Mexico, whatever, and you'll be better off than hell you were before. They're going to give you more money, more health care, more place to live, more. They're going to give you all this stuff that everybody else had to work for their lifetime. So just sneak across the border and come back. So, y'all take care. And keep praying for each other. You're going to need it.